Hi students, welcome back to Max class. Last class we discussed types of polynomial based on degree, zeros of polynomial and value of polynomial. Today we are going to discuss geometrical representation of zeros of polynomial or geometrical meaning of zeros of polynomial. So what do you mean by zeros of polynomial? Zeros of polynomial means when we substitute any value of the polynomial, then the whole polynomial value become 0. So that value we called it as 0 of a polynomial. Here geometrical meaning means a graphical representation of zeros of polynomial. Geometrically, zeros of polynomial p of x are x coordinates of the points where the graph y equal to p of x intersects the x-axis. How many points intersect it on x-axis? That much is zeros of the polynomial. So suppose one graph is here. So this is x-axis and x dash and vertical axis y dash intersecting the point origin. Suppose this is one graph. So in this graph, how many points intersect it on x-axis? There are 3 intersecting points are there. Intersect at the x-axis. So that much is zeros of this polynomial from this graph. So by taking another example, so it is a straight line. It is a straight line. Then how many points intersect it on x-axis? So this is x-axis, x dash. Then intersect at the x-axis at 1 point. So number of 0 is 1. Here number of zeros is 3 because in this graph intersect at the x-axis at 3 points, therefore 3 zeros. So that is why geometrically the zeros of polynomial p of x are the x coordinates of the point where the graph y equal to p of x intersects the x-axis. And this can be understood by, we can take by linear polynomial and a quadratic polynomial. So suppose I am taking one linear polynomial. I am taking y equal to 2x. y equal to 2x. It is a linear polynomial. y equal to 2x. And this y we called it as, suppose the polynomial p of x that we called it as y equal to 2x. This linear polynomial y equal to 2x. Your polynomial is p of x. P of x is equal to 2x. P of x is equal to 2x. That is y equal to 2x. It is a linear polynomial. Then last year we studied. Then graph of linear equation. We studied. So graph of linear equation is straight line. Same way, graph of linear polynomial is also straight line. So from this polynomial, that is linear polynomial, we can find out minimum 2 or 3 values. At x equal to 0, then what is the value of y? Y equal to 2 into 0, that is 0. So when we prepare a table x, y, then when x equal to 0, so y is also 0. Then at x equal to 1, what is the value of y? That is 2 into 1, that is 2. So at x equal to 1, so y is equal to 2. Then at x equal to minus 1, then what is the value of y? Y is equal to 2 into minus 1, that is minus 2. At x equal to minus 1, the value of y is minus 2. So here I will find out a 3 value for this. When we substitute x value, we get the y values. Then by looking this value, we can plot the graph. First we can draw horizontal axis, that we called it as x-axis. Horizontal axis we called it as x dash, and vertical axis what we called it as y dash. Vertical axis is y dash. Vertical axis is y, y dash. Intersecting the point is origin. And right side on 0 positive numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then left side on 0 negative numbers, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Then downward negative 1, negative 2. And here up 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 unit. Then 0, 0 we can mark it as this point. So it is ordered pair 0, 0. Then 1, 2. X-axis 1, y-axis 2. So x-axis 1 is this point and y-axis 2 and this point. So this 2 point is intersecting this point. That is ordered pair 1, 2. Then ordered pair minus 1, minus 2. X-axis minus 1 and y-axis minus 2. So this point is ordered pair minus 1, minus 2. Then after plotting these points, joining these 3 points, after plotting these points, then joining these points, you will get a straight line. So then how many points intersect it on x-axis? From this graph, please, by looking this graph, we can say that how many points intersect it on x-axis. How many points intersect it on x-axis? Only 1 point. So we know that linear means degree 1. So in that linear polynomial, how many zeros? Only 1 zeros. Here which is the 0 and this point is the 0 of the polynomial. That is linear polynomial. So when we take a quadratic polynomial, then what is the standard form of quadratic polynomial? X square plus bx plus c. So this is the standard form of quadratic polynomial that we called it as p of x. That p of x we called it as y also. Y equal to x square plus bx plus c form. That is a quadratic polynomial. And in this quadratic polynomial, the graph of quadratic polynomial is parabola. The shape of quadratic polynomial is parabola, parabola shape. Parabola, it will be upward and U shape. Parabola means a U shape graph, that is called a parabola. Parabola, it will be upward. When will be upward? When here ax square plus bx plus c, when a is greater than 0, that means coefficient of x square will be greater than 0. A is coefficient of x square, right? So coefficient of x square is greater than 0. So you will get as like a parabola upward. Then where a is less than 0, you will get parabola become downwards. This is downward parabola and it is upward parabola. So when is the parabola is like upward? If a is greater than 0. The standard form of quadratic polynomial p of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c when a is greater than 0. If a is greater than 0, you will get a parabola upward. Then when a is less than 0, you will get parabola downward. So the graph of quadratic polynomial is parabola. The shape of quadratic graph of quadratic polynomial is parabola. Graph of linear polynomial we studied now. Graph of linear polynomial is straight line and graph of quadratic polynomial is parabola. So parabola will be upward and downward also. When is the parabola will get upward? If a is greater than 0. When is the parabola will get downward? If a is less than 0. Then let us see some of the examples. One example we can take how to draw parabola upward and parabola downward. So I am taking a small quadratic polynomial, that is y equal to x square. It is a quadratic polynomial with a degree 2. Here x square and that y we called it as p of x. P of x is equal to x square. It is a quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial, you know, degree 2. Polynomial having degree 2 is called a quadratic polynomial. So p of x equal to x square. So y is equal to x square. Then graph of this quadratic polynomial, you will get parabola. Then let us see some of the example. Some of the values at x is equal to 0. Then you will get what is the value of y? Y equal to 0. So we can prepare when x y, when x equal to 0, you will get y is also 0. At x is equal to 1, what do we get y? Y is equal to 1 square. 1 square, that is 1. So x1, y1. Then at x is equal to 2, you will get what is the value y? Y is equal to 4. 2 square 4. Then we can substitute negative value also, and x is equal to negative 1. What is the value y? Negative 1 the whole square, that is positive 1. So x equal to 2, which implies y equal to 4. X equal to minus 1, so y is equal to 1. Minus 1 square, that is 1. Then we can substitute at x is equal to minus 2. At x is equal to minus 2, so minus 2 square. So y is equal to minus 2 the whole square. So minus 2 whole square, that is 4. So x is equal to minus 2, so y is equal to 4. Then from this we can draw graph. When we take this, we can draw graph. So horizontal axis we called it as x-axis, so that is x dash, and vertical axis we called it as y-axis, so y dash. Then intersect in the point 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Here negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, and here it is 1, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and here it is 1, 2, 3. First point is 0, 0. 0, 0, it is origin. 0, 0. And 1, 1. X-axis 1, y-axis 1. So this point is 1, 1. Then 2, 4. X-axis 2 and y-axis 4. So 2, 4 is like is here. And this point 2, 4. And minus 1, 1. Minus 1, 1 is coming like this. Minus 1, 1. Then minus 2, 4. X-axis minus 2. And y-axis 4 is like minus 2, 4. Then after plotting these points, joining these points, you will get a U-shape graph. You will get a U-shape. You will get a U-shape graph. U-shape graph. It's not straight line, U-shape. As U-shape graph you will get. So this graph we called it as parabola. Then so it is a quadratic polynomial. So y equal to x square. So you will get as like a parabola shape, because here coefficient of x square, only x square means coefficient of x square is 1, and in quadratic polynomial standard form is ax square plus bx plus c if a is greater than 0. So you will get as like a parabola. Is this U shape that we called it as parabola. Then you will get parabola upwards. And in this graph, parabola upward, and so y equal to x square, y equal to x square, here power is even, so number of zeros will become no zeros, and it become 1 0 and maximum 2 zeros for this quadratic polynomial. For this quadratic polynomial, maximum 2 zeros. So a quadratic polynomial has at most 2 zeros. At most 2 zeros. At most 2 zeros means maximum 2 zeros. It become no zeros and it become 1 0. So a quadratic polynomial has at most 2 zeros, and it graph intersect the x-axis at the number of points equal to number of zeros of the polynomial. And if this is a quadratic polynomial, so from this how many zeros? Only 1 zeros, because the graph is intersect at a single point or 1 point, and this graph is intersect at a single point or 1 point. Linear polynomial has exactly 1 0. Exact means correct. It will be intersected at 1 point. So a linear polynomial has exactly 1 0, and its graph intersect at the x-axis at only 1 point. A quadratic polynomial has at most 2 zeros, and it graph intersect the x-axis at a number of points is equal to number of zeros of the polynomial. Here, when a is less than 0, standard form of quadratic polynomial, y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. Y equal to x square plus c, then coefficient of x square, that is a. If a is less than 0, that means coefficient of x square is less than, that is y equal to minus x square. Here it is example y equal to minus x square. Then what is the graph of this polynomial? So I am substituting at x is equal to 0. So 0 square 0. So my y equal to 0. Then at x equal to 1. So 1 square 1. And here already 1 minus is there. So minus 1. At x equal to 2. 2 square 4. So minus 4. So at x equal to 2. Y equal to minus 4. Then at x equal to minus 1. So minus 1 square, that is 1. Here already 1 minus is there. So at x equal to minus 1. So value of y is minus 1. At x equal to minus 2 square, that is 4. And here already 1 minus is there. So it will become minus 4. Then by looking this, we can plot the points 0, 0. That is origin. Then negative 1, negative 1. Then negative 2, negative 4. Negative 2, negative 4. Then 1 minus 1, then 2 minus 4. Then after plotting these points, joining these points, you will get U-shaped graph. So we get parabola. So we know that graph of quadratic polynomial is parabola. Here it become parabola downwards. How it is happened parabola downwards? If a is less than 0. Y equal to x square plus bx plus c. If a is less than 0, so you will get parabola downwards. So in a quadratic polynomial has at most 2 zeros. At most 2 zeros means maximum 2 zeros. It become no zeros and it become 1 0. It become 2 zeros. Maximum 2 zeros. Then linear polynomial has exactly 1 0. Then polynomial has p of x of degree n. Degree n has at most n zeros. Maximum n zeros. So in general, polynomial p of x of degree n has at most n zeros and the graph intersects at x axis at most n points. At most n points. It will be intersected at n points.